Did you hear about that recent meme coin ICO? It was pretty
The
astonishing.
Pump.fun one. Yeah,
Yeah.
hard to miss.
Exactly. I mean, we're talking a digital currency, right?
Mm,
Often just born from internet jokes, not some grand business plan.
pretty much.
And it launches an ICO, an initial coin offering, and pulls in hundreds of millions of dollars
In minutes.
in mere minutes. It was truly extraordinary. It really shows you the speed and scale possible in, well, some corners of crypto right now.
No kidding.
So today, that's what we're doing, a deep dive into that exact thing, the Pump.fun ICO, their PUMP token. We're using a recent article that really unpacked it.
Yeah.
Our mission really is to figure out how let's be honest, seemingly simple token got that successful that fast.
Uh-huh.
What are the critics saying? Because they're talking. And what's it all mean for, the wider crypto world?
It's a fascinating case study, truly, in this super fast-moving digital frontier.
Okay, so let's set the scene for you. It was July 12th, 2025. Pump.fun, that's a Solana-based platform, mostly for launching meme coins. Yeah.
They completed what you can only really call a massive ICO.
Oh, massive barely covers it. I mean, this ICO for their actual PUMP token, it raised somewhere between $500 and $600 million
Wow.
in 12 minutes. Just sit with that for a second. 12 minutes.
It's hard to fathom.
It instantly became one of the biggest ICOs ever in crypto, and the sale price, just 0.044 per token, 0.4 of a cent.
That speed, that scale, it almost defies belief, doesn't it, when something launches with that kind of instant cash?
Yeah.
My first thought is, okay, did it hold? Did it sustain any of that momentum? Or was it just an immediate, flash in the pan after the sale? What happened next in the market?
Well, what's really striking is the volatility right off the bat. And I mean, the multi-billion-dollar valuation tied to something so brand new.
Right.
So after the sale, the token did surge. It hit a high of, let me check, 0.00609. That was by July 15th.
Okay, so a decent jump from the ICO price, a significant jump, but it also faced a pretty sharp pullback from that high. Still, even after that, it was trading about 40% above its ICO price on big exchanges,
Yeah.
Coinbase, Kraken, Gate.io.
Mm.
So, yeah, a quick rise, but then an equally swift reevaluation by the market.
A multi-billion-dollar valuation, though. Even with the pullback, that's incredible for something so new. But, my immediate thought is, okay, what's the catch?
Always a catch, right? Or at least questions.
Exactly. What were the kind of red flags that popped up once the initial, hype dust settled? Especially for a token that seems, on the surface, pretty basic.
Well, yeah, despite that huge initial splash, the PUMP token hit turbulence pretty quickly. Big concerns surfaced over its lack of, well, what we'd normally call utility.
Meaning
Meaning it doesn't really do anything in the traditional sense. No governance rights, you don't get a vote on the project's future.
Okay.
No revenue sharing benefits. The platform's success doesn't directly translate to token holder payouts.
Right. No dividends, basically.
Exactly. Or even, unlocking special features on the platform. So it really begs the question, if the token doesn't do any of that, what's actually holding up its value?
Good question.
In traditional finance, those things, utility, governance, revenue share, they're kind of the bedrock of long-term value. Their absence here, it strongly suggests it's more of a, well, purely speculative asset.
So what does that imply for long-term sustainability? If something shoots up that fast, based mostly on hype, how should we, as learners trying to understand the space, evaluate its actual foundation beyond just the crazy price action?
That's the core issue, and critics were very quick to point out some pretty significant financial worries about Pump.fun itself, the platform behind the token.
Oh, interesting. Like what?
Well, they cited data showing a, frankly, staggering 92% drop in revenue for Pump.fun since January of that year.
92%. Wow.
Yeah. So even though they just had this monster ICO, that figure casts a real shadow on the platform's overall financial health. It forces you to look past the shiny object of the ICO and consider the, bigger operational picture. Is the core business actually struggling?
Okay, that adds a whole other layer. And that's where it gets really interesting for me because this stuff never happens in a vacuum, right?
Never.
With such a massive success, even with the questions swirling, is Pump.fun just dominating this little niche alone? Or are others already trying to, muscle in and copy the model?
Oh, absolutely the latter. That's a critical insight from the article. The competition heated up incredibly fast.
Right.
You've got new platforms popping up like a Let's Bonk.fun was mentioned, directly challenging Pump.fun, trying to grab a piece of that meme coin launchpad pie.
Okay, so smaller startups jumping in.
Yes, But it's not just them. Even the huge players noticed. Binance, for example.
Really?
I know. Yeah. They responded by introducing their own token launch models directly inspired by Pump.fun, often using something called bonding curves.
Bonding curves, right. That's the mechanism where the price automatically adjusts based on buying and selling.
Exactly. It's a clever way to try and guarantee liquidity right from the start. So if you zoom out, it paints a picture of a super dynamic, highly competitive market for these kinds of launches. Innovation, sure, but also really rapid replication. Everyone wants a piece of the action.
So, okay, let's recap the tension here. On one side, you have this truly incredible event, the Pump.fun ICO. Speed, scale, hundreds of millions in minutes, hitting a multi-billion-dollar valuation at its peak. Just wow.
Undeniably impressive numbers.
But then almost immediately on the other side, you get these fundamental questions. What's the long-term value? Where's the utility? Is the platform itself actually sustainable given that revenue drop?
Right.
And all this is playing out against a backdrop of fierce competition where even giants like Binance are stepping in. It's quite the whirlwind.
It really is. And the story of the PUMP token, I think, it just perfectly highlights the very dynamic and, let's be honest, often highly speculative nature of, well, significant parts of the crypto market today.
Yeah.
It really encourages all of us, I think, to look beyond just the immediate price charts, those big green candles, and really consider the underlying fundamentals, or sometimes the notable lack of them.
A good reminder.
It's a powerful illustration of just how diverse value creation or maybe value perception can be in the digital asset space.
So thinking about that, given this meteoric rise, followed by such intense scrutiny almost in the same breath, for tokens like PUMP, what does this tell you, our listener, about where digital assets might be heading? And maybe more importantly, how should we, as people trying to learn and navigate this space, get better at telling apart genuine innovation from, just fleeting trends? What stands out to you as the most important lesson from digging into this?